Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with your friends. Stay tuned for the latest and most exciting content. Let's go. The 2020 United States 1-cent coin, more popularly known as the Lincoln penny, continues one of the longest-running coin traditions in American history. This small copper-colored coin holds immense historical, cultural, and numismatic significance. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it has been in continuous production ever since, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. By 2020, the Lincoln cent had already completed more than 110 years of issuance, with several design updates through the decades, but the 2020 penny still reflects the modern shield reverse that was adopted in 2010. On the obverse front of the 2020 penny, we find the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, which was originally unveiled in 1909. Lincoln faces to the right, with his finely detailed profile showing his beard and strong features. Above his head appears the motto, "In God We Trust," which was first added to U.S. coins during the Civil War era and later became standard on all coins. To the left of Lincoln's portrait is the word, "Liberty," representing the foundational value of the United States, and to the right is the date, 2020. Just below the year, collectors can also find the mint mark, which shows the origin of the coin's production. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint bear no mint mark, while those from the Denver Mint carry a small D, and those from the San Francisco Mint include an S. The reverse back of the 2021 cent coin continues the Union Shield design, created by artist Lyndall Bass and engraved by Joseph Mena. This shield represents the preservation of the United States as one nation, symbolizing unity after the Civil War, which Abraham Lincoln fought so hard to preserve. At the top of the shield is inscribed the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. This traditional American motto emphasizes the unity of the states into one federal nation. Across the face of the shield is a horizontal banner containing the denomination, 1 cent, making the value of the coin clear. At the bottom, in bold lettering, appears the name of the issuing nation, United States of America. Composition-wise, the 2020 Lincoln penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This composition has been in use since 1982, when the U.S. Mint switched from nearly solid copper coins to copper-plated zinc due to rising copper prices. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters (0.75 inches), and features a smooth edge without reading. Despite being the lowest denomination in U.S. currency, the penny remains essential for everyday transactions, though it is often debated whether production should continue given its limited purchasing power. From a collector's perspective, the 2020 penny exists in multiple varieties. Standard circulation coins are minted in enormous numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, often totaling billions. The San Francisco Mint also produces proof versions for collectors, featuring highly polished surfaces and sharp detail. Proof coins are usually sold in special sets rather than released for circulation. There are also special mint sets and uncirculated collector sets that include the 2020 penny in pristine condition. Collectors value these coins not just for their monetary worth, but for their representation of American history and culture. The 2020 penny carries symbolic importance beyond its metal value. Abraham Lincoln remains one of the most admired U.S. presidents, remembered for leading the country through the Civil War, abolishing slavery through the Emancipation Proclamation, and upholding the principles of democracy. His image on the coin reminds Americans of the struggles and sacrifices that shaped the nation. Similarly, the shield reverse links back to the theme of unity, which continues to resonate strongly in American society. In terms of production, billions of 2020 pennies were minted, ensuring wide circulation. However, collectors often look for special features such as errors, die varieties, or mint mark distinctions. For instance, double die errors, off-center strikes, or coins with unusual minting flaws can sometimes command higher value in the numismatic market. Proof coins with deep cameo finishes and uncirculated rolls are also of greater interest to serious collectors. Overall, the 2020 United States 1-cent coin, Lincoln Shield cent, stands as both a practical piece of currency and a miniature monument to America's past. While worth just 1 cent in commerce, it carries with it a legacy of over a century of history, art, and symbolism. It represents the enduring importance of Lincoln's vision, the resilience of the nation, and the values inscribed upon it: liberty, trust in God, and unity out of many. For everyday citizens, it may be a small coin often overlooked in pockets and jars, but for historians and collectors, the 2020 penny is a timeless artifact linking the present day to America's enduring heritage. The 2017 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, is one of the most widely circulated coins in the U.S. monetary system. It has a denomination of 1 cent, equal to 1/100th of a U.S. dollar, and carries a rich history that dates back to its first introduction in 1909, when it was designed to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 2017, the penny had already become the longest-running coin design in American history. The coin is made primarily of zinc 97.5% with a thin outer plating of copper 2.5%, a composition adopted in 1982 due to rising copper costs. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge with no reading. Its size and color give it the familiar reddish-brown appearance that Americans instantly recognize. On the obverse front side of the 2017 penny, the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, is prominently displayed. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, has been used on the penny since 1909, though minor adjustments have been made over time to sharpen and modernize its details. Above Lincoln's head is the inscription, "In God We Trust," one of the nation's core mottos. To the left of Lincoln's profile is the word, "Liberty," representing the nation's foundation on freedom. To the right, the year 2017 is clearly struck, marking the date of minting. Below the year, a small mint mark may be present, showing where the coin was produced. The 2017 penny was minted in 3 main facilities: Philadelphia, P, or no mint mark for circulation issues, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S for proof coins. The reverse back of the 2017 penny continues the modern design known as the Union Shield reverse, which was introduced in 2010 to replace the 4 special, Lincoln Bicentennial, reverses of 2009. This shield design, created by Lyndall Bass and engraved by Joseph Mena, symbolizes the preservation of the United States as a single, united nation. The shield has 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 colonies, joined together under a horizontal banner that bears the inscription, E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many, one. Across the center of the shield is a bold horizontal bar carrying the denomination, 1 cent, while at the top arch, the words, United States of America, were inscribed in strong lettering. This imagery ties back to Lincoln's legacy of keeping the Union together during the Civil War. From a historical and collectible perspective, the 2017 penny is generally considered a common circulation coin, but it still holds interest for coin collectors. Billions of these coins were struck, making them easily available in everyday change. However, certain varieties, errors, or special proof and uncirculated editions are more valuable to numismatists. For example, 2017 S-proof pennies, struck in San Francisco with special dies and polished blanks, are prized for their mirror-like surfaces. In addition, error coins such as double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned designs can fetch much higher prices on the collector's market. While most 2017 pennies are worth only face value, some error coins have been reported selling for several dollars to hundreds of dollars depending on rarity and demand. The 2017 penny also holds significance in American culture. Even though inflation has greatly reduced the purchasing power of the cent, the coin continues to be minted in massive numbers due to its symbolic value and traditional place in the economy. It remains a reminder of Abraham Lincoln's legacy, as he was the first historical figure to appear on a regularly circulating U.S. coin. The shield reverse also reinforces the importance of unity, which reflects the enduring ideals of the American Republic. Many debates continue about whether the U.S. should eliminate the penny due to production costs, but in 2017, the coin remained an essential part of daily commerce and an enduring piece of American heritage. In conclusion, the 2017 Lincoln penny is much more than just a 1-cent piece. It combines historical significance, national symbolism, and practical use in everyday transactions. With its long-standing obverse portrait of Abraham Lincoln, its Union Shield reverse design, and its widespread circulation, it represents both continuity and tradition in U.S. coinage. Whether found in a collector's album in pristine proof condition or jingling in loose change, the 2017 penny stands as a small but powerful reminder of America's history, values, and identity. The 2016 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, is a small but highly significant piece of American currency. It represents not only monetary value but also deep national history, symbolism, and tradition. The penny has been in continuous circulation for over a century, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The 2016 issue continues this legacy with the same core design that millions of Americans recognize in daily life. Though its face value is only 1 cent, it is an important collector's piece because of its historic imagery, inscriptions, and the tradition it carries in American numismatics. On the obverse front side of the 2016 penny is a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has appeared since the coin's debut in 1909. Lincoln faces right, a distinctive feature that sets him apart since most U.S. coin portraits face left. Surrounding his bust are inscriptions, the word, Liberty, to the left of Lincoln, the year, 2016, on the right, and above his head, the national motto, In God We Trust, which has been on the penny since 1909. Below the year, a small letter midmark, such as D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, indicates where the coin was produced. This front design symbolizes freedom, respect, and remembrance of one of America's greatest leaders. The reverse back side of the 2016 penny features the modern Union Shield design, which was introduced in 2010. This design replaced the earlier Lincoln Memorial reverse. The Union Shield contains 13 vertical stripes that represent the original 13 states joined together as one strong union. At the top of the shield is a horizontal bar with the inscription, E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one, a powerful motto reflecting the unity of the nation. Across the center of the shield is a bold scroll carrying the words, 1 cent, which identifies the coin's denomination. At the bottom is the inscription, United States of America, confirming the issuing country. The design is clean, symbolic, and represents strength, unity, and the endurance of the American Republic. The composition of the 2016 penny is primarily zinc with a thin copper coating. Since 1982, pennies have been made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, as solid copper coins became too expensive to produce. The 2016 coin has a diameter of 19.05 mm (0.75 inches), a thickness of 1.52 mm, and a weight of 2.5 grams. The edges are plain, smooth, without reading. These details may seem small, but they are critical in distinguishing real coins from counterfeits and are essential facts for collectors and historians alike. In terms of mintage, billions of 2016 pennies were produced across U.S. mints in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins carry no midmark, Denver coins bear a small D, and San Francisco coins often exist in proof or special collector's sets marked with an S. Because of the extremely high production numbers, most 2016 pennies are common in circulation and have only face value. However, special varieties, proof strikes, or error coins such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins with missing elements can carry significant value for collectors. Symbolically, the 2016 penny represents more than currency. It reflects the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln and the American ideals of unity, liberty, and trust in God. Lincoln's image on the coin reminds Americans of the Civil War, the abolition of slavery, and the preservation of the Union. The shield design on the reverse adds to this symbolism by showing how the original states came together to form one nation. This combination makes the penny not just a coin for transactions but a miniature piece of American history in every pocket. In everyday life, pennies are often overlooked due to their low purchasing power, but collectors, historians, and even casual observers know that each coin tells a story. The 2016 1-cent piece connects the modern era with over 100 years of numismatic tradition. It carries both historical respect and artistic value, symbolizing the journey of the United States from its early struggles to its continuing unity. Whether found in circulation or preserved in a collection, the 2016 penny is a testament to America's enduring national identity. The 2012 United States 1-cent coin, more commonly called the Lincoln penny, is part of the long-running series first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. The 2012 penny continues the modern design that was adopted in 2010, known as the Union Shield reverse. On the obverse front side of the coin, you see the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been used since 1909. Surrounding the portrait are inscriptions: the word, liberty, on the left, the national motto, in God we trust, across the top, and the year of mintage 2012 on the right. If the coin was minted in Denver or San Francisco, you will see a small mint mark, D, or S, below the year, while coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark. On the reverse back side, the 2012 penny features the Union Shield design created by Lyndall Bass and engraved by Joseph Mena. The shield has 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 states, joined together under a horizontal bar that symbolizes a unified nation. Across the bar is the inscription, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. At the top of the shield, you see a bold inscription, United States of America, and across the lower scroll is written, 1 cent. This design symbolizes the preservation of the United States as a single, united country after the Civil War, linking back to Abraham Lincoln's role in holding the Union together. The 2012 Lincoln penny is struck from a core of 99.2% zinc and 0.8% copper, with a thin outer plating of pure copper giving it the traditional reddish-brown appearance. Each coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters (0.75 inches) and a thickness of 1.52 millimeters with a plain edge. Billions of these coins were minted for circulation at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, making it a very common issue in everyday pocket change. Circulation strikes are usually not rare, but collectors may be interested in special varieties such as proof coins from San Francisco with a mirror-like finish, or coins with striking errors and unique die varieties. In terms of historical and collectible significance, the 2012 penny doesn't carry a high monetary value in circulated condition because of its high mintage numbers, usually being worth face value 1 cent. However, in pristine uncirculated or proof condition, especially in certified high grades like Mississippi 67 or PR 70, the coin can hold premium value for collectors, sometimes a few dollars or more depending on demand. The Union Shield reverse design is also a modern favorite because it represents strength and unity, tying together America's past and present. Overall, the 2012 1-cent United States, E pluribus unum, coin stands as a small but powerful piece of American history, reflecting Lincoln's enduring legacy, the unity of the nation, and the tradition of the U.S. Mint's coinage artistry. Though tiny in value, it is rich in symbolism and history, making it a meaningful collectible for numismatists and a familiar companion in daily American commerce. The 2010 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, holds a significant place in American numismatic history. This coin continues the long-running legacy of the Lincoln cent, first issued in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. By 2010, the design had evolved into the Union Shield reverse, which replaced the 4 commemorative designs of 2009 that celebrated Lincoln's bicentennial and the 100th anniversary of the penny. The 2010 penny was the very first year of the new Union Shield design, making it highly notable for collectors. On the obverse front of the coin, we see the famous profile of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has remained unchanged since its introduction in 1909, symbolizing Lincoln's enduring legacy as the president who preserved the Union during the Civil War and fought to end slavery. Above Lincoln's head is the word, "In God We Trust," on the left is the word, "Liberty," and on the right side is the year 2010, sometimes accompanied by a mint mark such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco. The reverse back design of the 2010 penny is especially significant. It features a bold Union Shield with 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 states joined together under a single horizontal bar, symbolizing federal unity. Across the top of the shield, a scroll bears the inscription, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, which has long been a motto of the United States. Above the shield is the inscription, United States of America, while at the bottom, in large letters, is the denomination, 1 cent. The designer of this reverse was Lindall Bass, and the sculptor was Joseph F. Mena. This design was chosen to emphasize the preservation of the Union, directly tying back to Lincoln's leadership during America's most divided time. In terms of physical details, the 2010 Lincoln penny is struck from a copper-plated zinc composition. Since 1982, pennies have been made primarily of zinc 97.5% with only a thin copper plating 2.5% to maintain the traditional color. The coin has a diameter of 19.05 mm (0.75 inches), a thickness of 1.52 mm, and a weight of 2.5 grams. Its edge is plain without reading. The coins were minted in 3 main facilities: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S, only in proof sets. Billions were struck in 2010 for circulation, making them common in everyday pocket change, yet they remain special because they mark the beginning of a new chapter in U.S. penny design. For collectors, the 2010 penny carries both historical and sentimental value. Circulating examples are generally worth only face value 1 cent, but uncirculated or proof versions, especially those with strong strikes and minimal blemishes, can be worth slightly more. In high-grade conditions, coins certified by grading services can fetch a few dollars. Proof coins, minted in San Francisco and included in special collector sets, feature mirror-like fields and frosted devices, making them particularly attractive to numismatists. The introduction of the Union Shield in 2010 was part of a broader discussion about whether the United States should continue minting pennies at all, since the cost of producing them often exceeded their face value. Nevertheless, the penny remains deeply ingrained in American culture and commerce. Symbolically, the 2010 1-cent coin embodies the themes of unity, history, and continuity. Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse reminds Americans of the struggle for freedom, equality, and national preservation, while the Union Shield on the reverse reflects the strength and unity of the United States as one nation. Collectors and historians often see the 2010 penny as not just a small coin, but as a piece of history that reflects America's values, traditions, and evolving identity.